I bought a tailored blazer the week I was terrified to speak in a leadership meeting. The way I stood, the way my voice landed, it changed everything. People noticed, and a project I thought I'd lose landed in my lap.
Welcome to Boardroom and Bonnets with Tamika Shanae, where ambition meets authenticity. From corporate life to motherhood to reinvention, this is your space to grow, laugh, learn, and keep it real. So grab your coffee or your bonnet and let's get into it.
That blazer story lands because it's about alignment more than expense. One item that helps you occupy a role can change behavior, and behavior changes outcomes.
Exactly. Today we're talking about intentional luxury, spending that heals and helps. We'll give 3 practical frameworks for deciding what to buy, budget rules you can actually live with, and tactical prompts you can use this week.
Let's begin with identity, what I call networking armor. It isn't vanity if it changes how you show up. A shoe that stops you limping off stage, that's not a treat, it's a tool. Here's the quick test I use. Will it change my posture, my voice, or my calendar? If yes, it's an investment.
I pair that with a checklist. Visibility, durability, transferability. Visibility. Does it matter in moments that matter? Durability. Will it last? Transferability. Will it work across roles and seasons? 2 of 3 and I'm leaning toward buy.
A small practical tip. Blended buys. Invest in one standout piece and pair it with more affordable supporting items. Same effect, smaller splurge. This week's prompt. Pick one identity area, clothes, hair, or a daily ritual, and set a tiny seasonal budget for it.
Quick real talk. Grooming wins. I know moms who block 2 hours a month for hair and suddenly they stop hiding on Zoom. Consistency reduces decision fatigue and shows up as confidence.
Let's move to capacity. Buying back time. Cleaning help, childcare swaps, even hiring a VA for email triage. These are investments because they increase your runway to think and lead. But here's a concrete way to decide. Calculate your hourly value, then compare it to the cost of help.
Let's put numbers to that. If your effective hourly rate is $60 based on salary or billable work, and a cleaner costs $25 an hour and saves you 4 hours a week, that's 16 hours a month. Value created, 16 times $60 equals $960. Cost if cleaner is $25 times 4 equals $100 monthly. That's a clear net gain. Treat it as arithmetic, not indulgence.
Yes, math removes guilt. And tier it. Co-ops and swaps for tight budgets, part-time cleaners or babysitting for mid-tier, concierge or full support for when you scale. Always pair the spend with a measurable outcome, what you will do with that reclaimed time. A negotiation script to try? If I offload X administrative tasks, I'll free Y hours per week and deliver Z outcome. Put numbers on it, hours and outcomes, and you'll be surprised how often leaders say yes.
I want to be a little blunt here. People worry hiring help is a risk when budgets are tight. Start with a trial. 2 hours a week for 30 days. Define one measurable outcome. Fewer emails, one extra pitch, and reassess. If it doesn't return value, iterate. That's disciplined spending.
Okay, legacy. This is the intentional money you spend to build family culture and memories. Ritual trips, a yearly experience, a small heirloom. Legacy doesn't require luxury price tags. It requires consistency and meaning. Ask, will this be a story we tell our kids? If yes, it's worth a line in the budget.
Scale legacy by making it regular. A $25 monthly line toward a yearly trip compounds into a meaningful fund. Label it legacy so it's intentional, not reactive. And involve kids in decisions. Teaching them about value is its own legacy.
A practical mechanism. Seasonal funds. Put money aside each season for identity, capacity, and legacy. That prevents impulse buys and makes bigger choices feel planned. And keep an outcomes log.
What did you expect to get from the spend, and what actually happened in 30 days? That habit separates purpose from performative.
We need a little friction. Tamika, you said earlier that intent matters more than price, but I want to push. Sometimes intent is a cover for keeping up. How do we stop the slippery slope of one small intentional buy turning into a new habit of chasing status?
Great point. That's where the 3-question flow helps. Need versus investment versus performance. Before you buy, ask, is this meeting a core need? Does it invest in identity or capacity? Or does it measurably improve performance? If none apply, pause. Also set rules. Monthly discretionary limits, and a 30-day outcomes review. That's your built-in break.
And accountability. Tell someone the outcome you expect. Share your intended ROI with a friend or partner. It's harder to justify an impulse when you've already declared why you're spending. That social nudge matters.
All right, let's get concrete with quick wins. Destinee, give us one purchase that surprised you and a tactical prompt listeners can use this week.
Surprise win, a standing stylist appointment. It felt indulgent, but the consistency saved decision energy and time. My calendar changed because I showed up differently. Prompt, schedule one identity action this week. Blazer, lipstick, or a PTO hair day, and write one measurable outcome you expect. Then follow up in 30 days.
My example, professional headshots. We used them on a pitch deck and the response rate improved. Prompt, run a 30-day help trial, 2 hours of outsourced admin per week, and keep a short log of what you accomplish with that time. Compare opportunities pursued before and after. That's measurable.
Mine, a restorative solo trip the year I considered a big pivot. The space to think paid off in clarity and a confident decision. Start a tiny legacy fund, just $25 a month, and name the experience you're saving for. It compounds into permission.
Before we close, I want to answer the objection, this is only for rich women. I don't buy that. Intentionality scales. A thrifted statement piece, a barter babysit circle, a $25 monthly plan, those are accessible ways to do the same work. Intent matters more than price.
Exactly. Use affordability tiers and low-cost alternatives. Measure outcomes. If you're not getting returns, stop or adjust. This is about using resources deliberately, not showing off.
3 quick takeaways. 1, identity purchases should change how you show up. 2, capacity purchases by runway. Calculate the hourly math and measure time returned. 3, legacy money builds culture. Label it and save. Use the need versus investment versus performance flow. Set small monthly and seasonal rules, then test and measure.
If you do one thing this week, schedule that identity action or a 2-hour help trial and write down one expected outcome. Tell a friend so you have accountability and come back and tell us how it went. We want the receipts. Success stories help everyone.
We've linked a 1-page decision flow and a seasonal budget template in the show notes. Download it, use it, and treat it like a living tool. Review your outcomes after 30 days and then decide whether to scale or stop. That review habit is everything.
Thanks for joining us. If this episode helped you reframe luxury as care and strategy, subscribe to Boardroom in Bonnets, leave a review, and share this with another powerhouse woman. Download the 1-page decision flow in the show notes and send us your intentional luxury wins. We love hearing real results. Polished in the boardroom, protected in the bonnet.